Good evening, folks. I hope everybody's weekend is getting off to a good start. Those of you in the U.S., hope you're going to have a good 3-day Labor Day weekend. Yeah, Labor Day this weekend for sure. Out here at Ladoga Lake again. Hey, Canadian, how's it going? I want to try a new spot out here on this peninsula. Let's take a boat to get to. Hey, free rolling. And I know that, so the spot over here is still as active as ever, but it's mostly Vindus. I want to try this spot out here under the hope that we'll get more whitefish, since I've seen some screenshots of nets full of whitefish and it's worth a lot of silver. And at the other spot, we don't get very many of them, so I'm hoping we have better luck out here. So we'll give it a go. I scouted some other spots earlier today to see if there's anywhere interesting to try. I tried there's a good Donit's rough spot out in Winding Rivulet right now for feeder rods, but with the telescopic, I don't think I was able to get them out far enough to hit the hole that they were in, so I wasn't able to get a single Donit's rough. I did get a white bream trophy and plenty of white bream and white eye bream, but not particularly profitable. So our coordinates here are 4358. Got a 1.4 meter depth on the floats using stonefly and mayfly larvae, and just seeing what we get. Let's hope for plenty of whitefish. Not using any ultralight line tonight because if I'm out this far and I do start getting a lot of whitefish, I don't want to risk losing hooks. No hot tea tonight, just some good old iced unsweet tea. At least the temperatures around here have started cooling down. I hope the same is true for all of you guys. It's been a toasty summer everywhere, I know that much. And off stream last night, I played around with the Cobra a little bit more, and there is actually an animation to it. When I was trying to last night, I just didn't see it. But I can confirm that the weird sound clip we got was a reference to Half-Life. I could tell by the achievement that you get for it. So, neat little Easter egg that they put in the game. Not bad. We're off to a good start with Vindus size. I got size 4 hooks on all 3 lines. Starting off with 2 over 300 gram Vindus is a great way to start out. We'll pull a trophy one out today. And I did actually get the challenge complete for the grayling or brown trout. I didn't get any brown trout, but I happened to get a grayling when I was trying to find a spot on Belaya. But the bite rate was so terrible that I didn't want to waste viewers' time streaming telescopic at Belaya because it's pretty uneventful. I think in an hour I caught 2 fish out there. One just happened to be a big enough grayling to complete the challenge. Some nibbles on 3 here. But if you are looking for something to do with bottom rods right now, that Donit's rough spot at Winding Rivulet is pretty solid, and you should be able to get some Donits at nighttime. Feeder rods. You can actually take the fish there. There we go. Oh, come on. Robbed, I tell you, robbed. How's the sea treating you today, Canadian? So you caught that monster trophy cod earlier. Imagine that was worth a good bit of silver. Missed again. Cheating fish here. Here we go. Jug. Where's my whitefish at? Very nice. Shame you didn't, well, for 700 grams, you should have just taken all of your attractants and just shoved it down the fish's gullet before they weighed it. Would have been fine then. At least it was a trophy. Been raking in some various region and water body records at various maps. You got here a nice size ripus. Yeah, not bad at all. I think that might actually be my biggest ripus. I don't know what trophy size is for them. The was a weekly. I'll gladly take more of those because they're certainly worth more than the Vindus is. The challenge for making this spot profitable is that since I'm hoping mainly for whitefish, I'm using 2 baits. So essentially every fish I'm catching is 2 silver worth of bait. So that really cuts into the profit. We got about 12 minutes here before it's time to relog to activate the happy hour. Ripus is 1200. All right, so we're getting there. Might pull one out. What trophies have I gotten at this lake so far? So there's statistics. I don't know where you see that at. Trophies. Ladoga Lake. Roach, Vindus, and Smelt is all we've got here so far. I saw Deedlefish in your in-game chat is embracing the telescopic ways now. We can say I'm the televangelist, the telescopic evangelist, bringing people to the ways of the telescopic rod. Curing them of their wicked trolling spinners. And I'm going to try to put together, I want to write a script and notes and everything. I want to start putting together some YouTube guide videos for telescopic stuff in the future. So that way I can start putting more than just VOD backups on the YouTube channel. And get more people interested in telescopic with partially ulterior motive, because I need more people reporting where the active telescopic spots are, because it's hard to find. Very hard to find. No one likes to do it. That's that one. So are you going to be taking part in the official Norwegian Sea competition, Canadian? I saw one was announced, but I didn't know the details of it. Kind of wonder. Let's see what bait options do I have here? I'm gonna throw a pack of tuna pop-ups out there and see if that helps the bite rate at all. Yeah, there you can see the little splashes. Perfect landing. Yeah, that seems to be a common problem, that they do all the official competitions for standalone. So many of us that are users through Steam and don't want to go through the hassle of transfer. And I know Happy in chat recently got their account transferred over. Seemed like it was a bit of a pain in the butt. No whitefish yet. There was another spot I saw that at one point was active down here. I tried it earlier and I was getting pretty much nothing. So I figured this spot might do something for us. Another ripus, looks like. Yeah. All right, so I'm at least getting more ripus than we are at our usual spots, so that's a good sign. The bite rate's fairly comparable. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, we can try and coordinate sometime in the near future try to do like one night a week, get everyone together to do some club fishing on Fishing Planet Progress together. I still need to figure out exactly how the reward structure works for clubs on there, but it'll be a fun time, especially because we can watch each other fish and fight the fish and everything. So it'll be a fun cooperative experience to do. The line's being nibbled on here. Yep. Missed it. And I did pick up some pretty nice hooks for the two big rods for this. They're Rage Berserk S2 size 4s. They were like, I think, 50 silver each. Got quite the nibbler here on line 3, though. I'm not seeing as many carp show up on the chat, so I'm guessing that the Bear Lake spot's starting to wind down. All right, I'm just gonna recast this. That thing's been nibbling for way too long. See, looks like Deedle's out doing his putting the telescopic to work. Cappy's going getting some sardine Cisco's. That's what, Tunguska? Hey, there's a whitefish. Not a very big one, but it's a start. About 5 more minutes here, I'll relog to activate happy hour. And I did get running a little bit low on pickles, so I got some cucumbers to make. I think I'll make those during happy hour for the added chance of skill gains. Hydrate. Gonna make me miss this fish probably, but you got it. Ah, I missed my mouth a little bit there. All right, here we go. Do we get? Okay, all right. Like another chub. This recast. I wish they had some bolo type floats that were lightweight that you could use on telescopic, because they're so much more visible than this. And nibbles on 2 as well. Which one of you is gonna? Oh, all 3 are nibbles right now. Okay, who's going first? 3. Another little Vindus probably. Yeah. Not bad. We're up to 14 fish so far. We're getting about a fish a minute. Another small Vindus there. Only the one whitefish so far, but pretty good quantity of ripus for the spot. And I know someone earlier this, or I guess now it's September, but early in August, someone did get a trophy ripest from this spot. So maybe we'll get lucky and pull one out as well. Yeah, this Ladoga has just been so good for telescopic. It's just now I will say that spot at Winding where I was trying to get the Donitz Rough, it had a pretty comparable bite rate. It just I wasn't getting any of the Donitz Rough that I was mainly there for. The what was interesting is that I got all but like 2 of the cafe orders filled while I was out there. Not that they were worth much because it's Winding, but it was pretty neat to fill all those cafe orders up pretty quickly. But literally, my second cast out there was a trophy white bream. Nice. Another decent Ventus there. I'm looking forward to when I can actually find a good active carp spot that that these telescopics can reach, because the rate there's definitely an improved bite rate with telescopic compared to bottom fishing if you're at a spot where things are active, and you can pull them in so much faster than you can reeling them in on a feeder rod. When I can find one that is within reach of the tellies, it's going to be awesome. It'll be super, super profitable. But so far, the ones that have been active have been a little out of reach, and like I can kind of get stuff on the outskirts of them. But like we saw last night at Bear Lake, the bottom feeder was getting all the mirror carp and stuff, but the telescopics were just with the same tackle were getting nothing. Well, Vindus, oh, NLR in in-game chat. That's like his, I think that's like his 3rd Crucian trophy I've seen in the past hour. Sounds like he's at Bear Lake trying that spot out, but they've converted all the good carp to Crucian. I'm liking this ripest catch rate. All right, so I'm going to give this about 2 more minutes and I'll relog and we'll come back to the same spot, but I just want to activate the happy hour. All right, so it's slowed down enough. Let's go ahead and do our relog. And before we hop in the boat, let me go ahead and crack up those cucumbers into pickles. Actually, let's go ahead and get out to the spot first, I guess. We don't waste some happy hour time. I do wish they would add on any map with boats. I think they should add a boat option where it's a type of boat where you can't fish from it in any way, but it only costs like a silver per day. So if you're on a boat, a case like this where I'm just using the boat to get to a shoreline spot that's otherwise inaccessible, you can do so without having to pay like the full boat cost. Because it just feels like such a waste to have to pay, even though it's like only 10 silver. Having to pay 10 silver just to go here is silly, in my opinion. Alright, so let's get these back in the water and then start making some pickles. So working that float skill up to 90%, and I think once I get 90% float fishing, I'm going to start reserving my happy hour for green spots or something like that with the bottom rod, so I can work on getting bottom fishing up to unlock spot and marker rods, since those will help telescopic fishing. So we'll make a few pickles at a time here. There's one fishing game, almost 45%. I think is Russian pancakes is the recipe that unlocks at 45. Bendis there. Like another Vindus. Yep, a good one though. I guess I can make a couple more pickles. Another gain. Ooh, a double gain. All right, one more gain and I'll hit 45. Keep going. Oh, fail. There we go. Yep. Now I can make Russian pancakes. Right. Let's recast. Let's see, what's our next unlock in cooking at 50%? You get smoked fish. I like the description there. It's just smoking fish is a very important skill. All right. Another okay Venus. As long as they're over 200 grams, I'm satisfied. Anything under that runs the risk of being worth less than the bait cost to catch it. They're aggressive nibbler here. And a little small white fish. Hey, Cappy, how's it going? It's like you're out at Tunguska from what I've seen you catching so far. How you liking it? Doing good, doing good. Trying a new spot out here at Ladoga Lake, trying to hopefully get more whitefish. Haven't pulled that off, but I have been getting more ripest than the other spot. You are now embracing the teleways as well. Excellent. Slowly converting the whole U.S. market to telescopic. Well, U.S. region, I guess I should say. And I don't know, since it's yours, that's one thing I'm not clear. So I know you're in over there in Italy. Do you share the same region server as us in game, or are you in let's see, one of the like Germany or other region or something like that? Or I guess there isn't actually an Italy region. Okay. I wasn't sure if like the individual regions were differentiated by in-game chat server or not. So I guess they do share, since we are clearly in different regions. That's good. You can take all my telescopic areas, and while I fill up the U.S. region weeklies, you can fill up the Italy region weeklies. Take over. So how's the telescopic doing there at Tunguska? getting a pretty decent bite rate, or at least some sizable fish. Yeah, looks like decent sized one. Go. Another whitefish. Excellent. That's what we're here for. Nighttime's dead there. That's a shame. I know there's a Donut's rough spot that I was trying out on Winding Rivulet. Didn't catch any Donut's rough, but I got a trophy white bream and a bunch of wide eye and white bream that were ultralight and telescopic regional bodies. So pretty good. Yeah, I'm not sure how the game separates out like the player region, because I don't remember ever even selecting a region when I started the game up. So I don't know if it goes by geolocation from your IP automatically or what the deal is on that. Kind of want to be on the Russia or Chinese region, since those regions seem to have bigger fish. My gosh. Like you compare the water body records between the US region and Russia or Chinese region, and it's like Russia and China's records are always twice as big. Yeah. Another Ventus. Small one though. Which I am using a larger hook here. I imagine if I switch down to like a size 10 hook that I usually use at the other spot, this spot would be just as active on bite rate as the other spot is. Pulling LR, man. He's pulling in crucian trophies left and right tonight. Fourth one I've seen in an hour. It's just a shame that, like, even being a trophy, those smaller fish species just aren't worth much. It's like you get a 5 kilo mirror carp. It's worth more in XP and silver than a trophy crucian. Another right, this is always good. Getting stingy with those float fishing skill gains though. That climb to 90 and eventually 100% is going to be slow going, it seems. So are you using an ultralight telescopic out there or a sturdier one? Too risky for the ultralight? You don't want to bury 1,000 hooks at sea like I have here. The whitefish, pretty good XP on that, almost 10,000. Yeah, that'd be a. Oh, there's a float fishing game. 10 kilo fish on an ultralight telly would be the end of that hook for sure. I'm still puzzled by I'll see people bring in like 40 kilo grass carp on telescopic records, and I don't know how they pull that off unless they like had their line cast an inch away from the shore, because something that big with the maximum line is 25 kilo telescopic, so I don't know how they're managed to pull one of those into the shoreline. Fish pay good? Well, that's good. Looking forward to checking Tunguska out once I get there. I still need to do Sura River at some point, but I check all the discourse to see if anyone's ever there with active spots, and I never see anyone posting any spots or trophies from it, so holding off until I see that it's active. Hey, another float fishing gain, almost 86% now. But I know Sura's got a lot more wild carp and silver carp. What's that menu I just pulled up? Weird. I don't know if that showed up in the stream. It was like, showed some menus for instant replay and stuff like that. No idea what it was. I don't even know what key I hit. Yeah. Hey, Burbot. All right. I wasn't expecting to get one of those, but take it. Let's see if that Burbot's a record of some sort. I didn't even know there were burbot in this lake. Another ripe is coming in. Not bad. So, question on my stream screen: is there like an icon that looks like almost like a screen pop out icon in the top right hand corner for you guys? Because it's showing up for me suddenly, and I don't know if that's just something on my end or whatever weird key press I did earlier that brought up that menu caused something go awry. Yeah, it's like over the weather icon. Or has that always been there and I've just never noticed it? Okay, so it's just something on my end. Okay, I don't know what button I pushed, but it's something crazy. At least it's not showing up on the stream, so I guess it's all right. Yeah. It's like another small Ventus. Not even a marker. Terrible. Get this one in time. Nope. So another thing I've been trying to get better practice at with setting hooks on here, I'll use the shift click for a faster hook set, and if I just tap it and there's not immediately a hook on there, then usually I can just let it go so that the line stays out there and I don't have to recast or reposition it or anything like that. We're at 36 fish so far, or I guess we're just over 30 minutes into it. Not too shabby at all. And I know there's a Ripus order right now that we should be able to fill at the cafe, so be helpful. Dang, you're finding something huge on there, free rolling. Hope you bring it in. It's a nice trophy for you. The blue tag bleak, no doubt. The legendary blue tag bleak. 34 kilo grass carp. Dang. Very nice. A whitefish there. That'll be worth a pretty penny. It's all right, carp, crap, both the same in my opinion. All those carp ever do is tease me. Seagulls, where they at? Where are they at? There it is. See you. Yep. Oh, hey, the burbot was actually a water body record, not just a weekly. So, take a look at that. US water body here on telescopic. Fourth place, but still always nice to hit those water body and regionals. Seems like the bite right here is cooled off a little bit. We cast this one. But now that I know of this spot, the good news is that if this spot dries up, I can just go back to the other spot too. Fill out the keep net. Another decent Vindus there. Going on up, Hiko. Yep, moving on up. Got almost slowly getting to 90% float fishing. Gotten a ton of water body and regional records and quite a few trophies in the past few days too, which has been nice. Got cobras unlocked and getting used to those. Trying a new spot out here at Ladoga though. Been decent. We're at almost 40 fish now in about 35 minutes. Actually, I know it's about 25 minutes actually. Ah, very nice. Getting that Valheim boat together. I am planning on starting they've got that new No Man's Sky update that I want to check out the new storyline and everything at some point in the near future. And we're also planning to do, now that they've released clubs in Fishing Planet, we're gonna try to figure out I'll coordinate with a Canadian, figure out like one day a week to do a couple hour co-op thing to do the fishing clubs on there and invite all of our viewers and everybody in there. I guess those clubs have like unique, you get XP bonuses, you can get like special rewards and tackle and stuff like that from it. I think it'd be fun to play through that one night a week together. If you are interested in that. And, you know, the fun thing we can do on Fishing Planet multiplayer is fling the fish at each other and whip them out of the water. Missed it. So your Valheim boat, are you making like a small little skiff or is it like a full warship type of thing? It's like wherever Deedle's fishing, he's getting a lot of whitefish, a lot of big ones too. They're all over a kilo. Having better luck at getting those than I am right now. I wonder what spot he's using. So when I unlock Yama and I find the bear, I'm gonna try to beat the bear down with the cobra before it kills me. I don't know how effective it'll be, but we're gonna go out swinging. Vendus. It's tiny. I don't want tiny ones. Another Vendus, yep. Oh, no, that's a Ripus. Didn't see the little bulge on it. Have you caught any Greenland sharks or halibut yet, Canadian? The true end game. Nice. Maybe a small fry, but still an accomplishment. I wonder what's a harder fight, one of the big Greenland and halibut or those ridiculously massive sturgeon? Bigger the sturgeon. That's what I would think too. Another small ripus. Looks like we're a little over a quarter of the way, or just right at a quarter of the way through level 29 now. At level 30 to unlock Tunguska. So one thing I did notice, I was surprised by when I opened up Fishing Planet to check out the club thing. I totally forgot that they also have the Actuba River in Fishing Planet. I'm interested to compare the fishing between on that river between RF4 and it. But that's the only body of water they both share in common so far. Well, the Actuba it's an actual river over there in Russia. It's not it's a real place. It makes sense that they both went for that one. I guess it must be a really popular one for anglers. I don't know how big the river is though, just as far as like, are they the same region on the river, or is it something like the Mississippi River here in the US that is like, 1,000 miles long or something crazy like that? Seagull flying back behind us? Yeah, that's what that reflection was. All right. Yeah, as far as I know, like all of the on both games, all the locations are real places. It's pretty cool. I've seen all the different locales. I don't know how, as far as like, so like RF4, for example, it's, from my understanding, it's actually supposed to be set in the 80s. Because I think I remember seeing a post where someone was talking about one of the species that's actually, that you can catch in this game that's actually extinct now, but it was something that was caught a lot back in the 80s. Well, I don't know how like accurate the modeling of the rivers and stuff like that is to the real world, but they're all actual places with, as far as I can tell, fairly accurate representations of the species there. RF4 being a more accurate one because you get, this is a great example, all of these different species in this one lake, whereas with Fishing Planet, it's usually like maybe 6 to 8 species per body of water. They kind of trim down the total number that's represented. They're all still ones you would expect to see in those locations. Wake up, fish. Wake up. If they're going to sit there napping, I'm going to scoop some worms. Go. Slowly replenish my red worms since I used up a bunch fishing for those donuts rough. Yeah, so the North America thing seems to be controversial with RF4. I've seen a lot of players argue that they don't want it to expand to North America with they have two arguments generally in that case. One is that there's already so many games that are in North America that they don't want to like retread the same ground. The other is that they're worried about it just becoming a bass fishing game. My opinion is I think they absolutely should work on expanding to North America, but I would agree with like bass fishing is so prevalent in every other game that have it, but don't make it like the focus. One of the key things would be, say, catfish. There's so many species of catfish in North America that they could absolutely represent. And I think there's a lot of good coastal fishing that they could do for North America to expand the marine fishing options. The nice white fish there. So definitely be interested to see how that goes. One region that RF4 could touch on that you really don't see enough representation of in other fishing sims would be Mediterranean. Be nice to see some Mediterranean river rays and Mediterranean sea stuff like that. Yeah, bass would be fun for sure. I certainly get the concern some people have is that you look at a lot of other fishing sims, they kind of become ipso facto bass fishing, and that's all anyone cares about. So I can get the concern there, but I still think it'd be worth it. Because I've seen that as one of the complaints a lot of people have to actually not play. Ooh, we have to go get some more bait here soon. Got to our last ones. I have seen reviews for Russian Fishing 4 where that's one thing some reviewers have said turned them off of this game is that it's all species that they're not really familiar with because they're North American anglers. And they like to see a lot of the fish that they're used to catching in real life, and they can't do that on here. So I think there's also a missed market RF4 is missing out on by not having North American lakes or rivers. We'll see where they go. As we mentioned on last night's stream, we should be hearing, I imagine, soon what their plans for the next map is going to be. All right, so we are basically out of bait. So I think as soon as I pull fishing on the other two lines, we'll warp back to the docks and grab some more. If I can't get a freebie out of this. Yeah, Everglades would be cool. So they have the Everglades in Fishing Planet, so you can do a lot of like flathead fishing. They've got obviously bass. They've got an edge area where you can catch tarpon, stuff like that. I think the easiest introduction to a North American map for RF4, Alaska. I mean, I think there's like one of the Aleutian Islands that's like 30 miles away from the coast of Russia. Don't have to go very far. Yeah, exactly, Hiko. I think it's a double-edged sword. It's fun to catch other species you're not used to catching, which I think is one of the things that Fishing Planet must have recognized early on. That's why they have like maps all over the place, so they can really bring in all sorts of different species. But the fact that they've already expanded out to Norway is a good sign that the developers are ready to start expanding beyond Russia, because you do run into a lot of species overlaps with the bodies of water you have on here. So it'd be fun to start seeing some completely different styles of or different types of fish to go after. Little baby nibble there. Some dragon snapping turtles. Reach in and just snaps your arm right off. They're mean. Mean suckers. We need spear fishing. That's what we need. Mostly so when I get tired of these fish nibbling for 5 minutes, I can just throw a spear out there and get them. Ripus. And like a little Vindus. Tiny Vindus. All right. I don't think we have any time left on the list. Will this translate back to the... Nope. Okay, so I'm going to relog because I'm stranded. Can't get back to the docks otherwise. Yeah, I absolutely agree with the crab trapping. I think that in addition to crab trapping, I think that it should be in the bait harvesting skill. You should be able to get crab traps and fish traps, so that for bait fish, for example, you don't have to go out there and actually catch the fish. You can just use a bait fish trap like once a day or something like that to catch a few. I think those would both be great additions. The tackle shop. All right, so we've run that spot pretty dry, and we don't have a boat ticket. So let's go back to our original spot now. After I grab some fresh batch of bait here. No, my stonefly larva! How dare they? Guess we'll be on just mayfly. All right, let's get out here and see how it goes. So this is actually a really deep area, so I'm gonna try keeping these set at like 4 meters instead of my usual shallow depth. See if that helps us with some of the whitefish bite rate. Let's go to 4.25. I appreciate that, Canadian. Get these slotted on here. Much appreciated. Now let's make sure that that's not set too deep. Need like heavier sinkers so those go down quicker. It might be. Like, doesn't say touching bottom, but the float's not going up right. So we'll drop it down to 4 meters even. See what that does. Because it seems like the ripus and whitefish prefer down near the bottom of the water rather than towards the surface. Looks like 4 is probably still too. Let's try 3.5. All right. Here we go. Oh, I missed it. 3.5 seems to work, so let me just go with that setting then. The 4 did eventually go down there, so we'll keep it at 4, or let's go with 3.8. Maybe that's the ticket. And just for funsies, let's throw some tuna action out there. Appreciate it. Putting these larvae to work out here for sure. One thing that I think they need to tweak on bait harvesting is that the quantities of the bait you get needs to be increased. Because like with regular worm and bloodworm, you can get a whole bunch of them per scoop, but everything else is like 1 or 2, so you really don't get much of a supply of them. All right, we got something big on here. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting some nice whitefish. 3.8 seems to have been the ticket. To catch some fish on these ones, I'll, adjust them accordingly. We're looking on the weeklies here. All on the all-time, we're not topped anywhere right now, but we've got big head carp, Asper on the weekly telescopic. Man, we are racking it in here on the telescopic weeklies. Ultralight, a little bit harder because ultralight you get so much from spinning that you don't show up quite as much. Got one there, few there. Yeah, we do so well on our weeklies, but it just sucks that the weekly rewards aren't done by region because there's no competing with the Russia and China region. Take it far enough. Just nibbling away. There we go. Another whitefish. Excellent. Excellent. So that seems to be what we need to do is just set the depth a little lower there. Pulled up too soon. Didn't find a spot, Cappy? That's all right. At least you caught some. What kind of bait are you using on the telescopic out there? For the white fish. At almost 1.5 kilo. Mayfly larva. That seems like pretty much every lake right now, mayfly larva is a solid telescopic option. At least for general fishing. For some targets, obviously you want to do some other stuff. NLR just hit 27. Once you unlock a sandwich bait at 80%, it's a real game changer though, because it lets you either double down on a specific bait to have a higher bite rate, or you can use two separate baits that target different fish, so you get a wider range of fish you're going after with one rod. Oh yeah, I'm using them Sammy rigs for sure. When I'm out grass carp hunting, the sandwich rig is amazing because I can throw potato and algae on there. Grass carp can't say no to it. I see you teasing me there, fish. I'm falling for your tricks again. There we go. No lake trout. Finally come out here with rods ready to take the lake trout on, and they haven't come back. Ever since they used to come and just wreck me and just completely tear all my ultralight lines up, the jerks. We got a ad break kicking on here just to prevent pre-rolls for an hour. Keep on fishing through them. We're up to 57 fish so far and about right at an hour, so not doing too bad at all. Come on, give me a trophy whitefish. Or a trophy white ripus would be good as well. So it does seem like going deeper gets you more whitefish, but misses out on the Vendus, which is the super high bite rate here. So it's a trade-off. If you're fishing with only mayfly larvae, I think it's probably better to just go shallower around like 1 meter setting and get lots of Vendus. But if you're trying to get whitefish, so you're using both stonefly and mayfly larvae, then avoid the Vendus because you're at 2 silver per fish in bait by doing that. Which is what I am currently running here. I'm betting we've got close to 300 silver already though. But for easy comparison, if we've caught 57 fish so far, and I'm basically at 2 silver per fish in bait, we're we're already over 100 silver down in just the bait. Well, we got all 3 nibbles right now. Okay, here we go. All right, first one. Another whitefish. Can you get this one quick enough? Nope, missed it. Missed that one as well. Oh, we got one of the 3. Yeah. I'm gonna recast this one. I kind of got a little bit of snapback action there. We got too soon. Well, all right, whitefish, wake back up. Give me that silver. I actually caught my first blue bream at Winding Rivulet earlier. It was fun. Didn't realize they had blue bream in the Winding. Yep. That time of day where the reflection plays tricks on my eyes. All right, got another nibble on 2 here. Is big white brim. Hey, 86% float fishing. All right. White brim actually wasn't terribly far off from trophy. Right, that's going to be a weekly on here. 59 fish, 205 silver. And it's not fantastic, but if you caught them fairly quickly, then not bad. Depends on how much time it took to bring them in. Now I saw somebody post on one of the discords. They had 120 fish at Bear Lake, over 1,900 silver for it. Man, that is a haul right there. Granted, I have no idea how long they were out there to get that mini carp. Still quite a bit of silver to get in one fish selling. There we got another nibble on one. There's some running with 2 though. Ripus. Some nibbling. Yeah, okay. Yeah, when you get those Bear Lake carp, man, it's just you don't even need to get a lot of them, and it's worth a lot of silver. What do we have here? It's a trophy Ventus. No, it's a big books for the float fishing game. Another whitefish. We're gonna have a nice haul here tonight, I think. I still think my absolute best haul to date was a couple months ago. I did an hour stream on Volkov, and I got really lucky with like several huge fish in that hour. It was like a 700 silver hour. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, trolling is always going to be or generally always going to be a solid option. Although I've been hearing a lot of people say that right now, none of the trolling options have been very profitable. Eventually that'll turn around and there'll be some more good trolling, but it doesn't hurt to pick them up. And the nice thing about like spinning and or bottom feeding and trolling is that at least as far as spinning reels go, you can use the reel between both types of fishing. That is one of the downsides of telescopic, is that you're getting you don't really get any overlap with other types of fishing as far as gear goes, which is probably another one of the reasons why people are more hesitant about getting into telescopic, because it's to get good telescopic rods, it's a pretty big upfront investment, and it's an investment that you can't share otherwise. Whereas like one of these rods is as much as an HSV reel, but I mean you can use HSV for trolling, spinning, bottom feeding, and even marine fishing. So it's got that added layer of versatility for the same price. Personally, I think they could probably lower the cost of some of the more expensive telescopic rods to make them more appealing. That red sunset glow here, something else. But I know there's been a lot of trophies caught on Tunguska recently. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head what their what fish they are and what they're using to catch them, but on one of the Discord trophy spots, I've been seeing a lot of Tunguska stuff. And it's actually been, a lot of them have been on, not telescopic, but they've been on float fishing rods. I don't know if they were like match rods or bolo or what, but they were float with a reel. Wide-eye bream. I know some of those match rods are pretty solid. I know like the biggest carp rods go up to like 82 kilo or something like that capacity, but the match rods at the high end go up to like 65 kilo capacity. So they can definitely bring in those big sturgeon and catfish. They're expensive. They're like 18,000 silver for one rod, but for that matter, I guess I think the high end carp rods are like 30,000 silver, so it seems fairly comparable. Bait scoop in action here. The red worm, hey, 69% harvesting. Nice. 70% harvesting, we unlock squid meats, whatever, but we can start getting caddisfly larvae. Not a big deal. Night crawlers will be nice. Leeches will be okay. Dummies, but it's up once you get to 90 plus in bait harvesting is when you really start getting into it, because that's when you can start catching all of the insects that can only be purchased with gold. So very, very worth it. It's something I need to buckle down and dedicate some happy hours in silver to level in at some point. What do we got? What do we got? Looks like another whitefish. Actually getting pretty solid XP off of these guys as well, which is nice. Pulled up too soon there. Nibble on 2 here. Aggressive nibbling. I guess it's probably a ripus. Give up on me. That's an awkward little drop in the float there. Another burbot. Yep, little tiny burbot. But if I threw pieces of fish or night crawlers on, I could get a decent catch rate of burbot here. Like that burbot was also a telescopic weekly, and the white eye bream was a weekly as well. I'm actually kind of tempted to. It's actually just for the heck of it. I'm gonna throw piece of fish on and nightcrawler. Let's see if we can get a big burbot on here. Oh, it's nighttime. Oof, that's too heavy for that float. Let me see if I got a bigger float on here. This one should do the trick. I hate how that float, like, is mostly submerged. All you get is that little tiny bit of red on the top popping up. Another nice white fish there. Oh, you don't have, yeah, Wacky Wig makes a huge difference for Tunguska and Seversky especially. Need a white fish. There's something on that. Really can't tell. I think that this float still may be undersized. No. Some wind blowing the floats around makes it look like there's a bite. Let me, I'm actually going to, let's wait on this float. This is, let's try putting the nightcrawler and pieces of fish on the other float instead. This back to the normal stuff. And then put the fish and nightcrawler on here. This float should be able to handle it. Happy hour's over. Not bad. That means we got 69 fish in our happy hour. Nice. Two 69s back to back, basically. There. It's acting a little awkward. Is it in the bottom? Let's try bringing the depth up just a touch on that. The added weight of the meat, fish meat, may be pulling it down too far. There we go, that's looking better. Don't know if that'll help us catch any big burbot here or not, but figure's worth a shot. All the fish are sleeping now, apparently. Somebody somewhere just got a world record 8.6 kilo burbot on telescopic. I don't know what body of water, but so what's your float percent at, Cappy? $51? Not bad. You're slowly getting up there. I remember 60%. I remember there was something. Oh yeah, 60% is the pop-up rig, which is really good. I think Match Rod was at 60% as well, which Match Rod is very good for Tunguska. You can get to go after some of the really big species. Oh, I missed it. Go. Another Ripus. Having a weird back flop going on with the floats right now. Seems extra touchy. I don't know if it's because of the wind or what the deal is there. Another aggressive nibbler here. Ripus. And more of that weird back flop in there. So we're at 71 fish right now. Let's get it to 75 fish and we'll go cash out. 4 more to go. Need these fish to wake up. Yeah, I feel like they definitely have to mix it up a bit. As profitable as the carp are in both silver and XP, definitely got to mix it up when they start getting stale. Feel you on that. That's one of the things that turned me off on trolling. I kept trolling the same places, and I got like I was at Volkov for like 3 weeks straight trolling. Can't do this anymore. There's another ripus. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and swap the burbot experiment back to normal line. The burbot attempts did not quite pan out, unfortunately. But doesn't hurt to try. Can we get that in time? Yeah. Another ripus. 2 more fish and we'll go cash out. These lines going all over the place. Yeah, Archipelago for a while was super profitable, but I think because the boat ticket is so expensive and everyone's been saying the bite rate there just hasn't been able to keep up, you end up typically like going negative out there lately. Though when it's active, people are all over it. It's just hasn't been active for a little while. Allegedly, according to the map screen, the archipelago is good for float fishing. I don't know how because it was just 2 little tiny islands, but take their word for it. All right, come on, fish. I just need 2 more of yous. I think I may have fished the lake dry for the day here. Wind's just whipping that one line around, isn't it? Well, if we don't get another bite in a couple minutes here, we'll go ahead and just cash out anyway, I guess. Yeah. Roach. Yeah, once you start getting roach at this spot, usually means it's time to let the spot rest. So try to get 1 more fish to hit 75 though. I have caught 2 trophy roach at this spot before. So if you're after a trophy roach, when you dry the spot out, then go after that here for sure. Cast this one a little further back out there with it. We can get 1 more fish. There's something here. Try setting this one a little more shallow, see if I can't pull a Ventus up real quick with it. There you go, got something on 1, I think. Like 2. Missed it. My fish, I just need 1 more, I guess. Definitely dried the spot out, I think. So let's go ahead and check the cafe and then turn the rest of the fish in and hope we got at least hopefully at least 350 for the night. Exactly, Canadian. They know I'm just trying to get that 1 more, so it's like, nah, we're gonna leave them hanging. Pretty sure there's at least a ripeness order we'll be able to fill. Didn't get enough of those. Probably the only one. Okay, so 23 silver. Basically 24 silver. All right. I'm going to guess in the net here we've got I'm going to go with 271. We'll add the 24 on top of whatever it is. 244 for Canadian. Right, tight window here. Let's see what we've got. Woo, yeah, 353 plus the 24 means we got almost 380 silver in an hour and a half, which the last like 15 minutes were so dead. Might as well not even count them. What were our big daddies here? There we go. Yeah, that Volks whitefish was, they're over 30 silver itself, and all of these were 10 plus. Not bad at all. Back over 1200 silver. Love it. That was a good night right there. I'm going to be sad when Ladoga Lake's telescopic bite rate dries up. Hopefully another lake will take over. But so far, this has been the way to go. I'm going to keep mixing up a bit with other lakes. But I think as far as actually making good profit, this is where it's at for us right now. Because unfortunately, the active bear spot is out of telescopic range. So it doesn't really work out. And I have not been able to crack the code in Actuba yet. But with that, let's go ahead and get our end of stream scoop. Do we have enough energy? Give it a second here to recover that energy before we pull it up. But I won't be streaming tomorrow night or the night after. Monday's a holiday. I don't know if I may have some barbecue plans or something, but if not, I'll stream Monday. If not, we'll be pick up the usual schedule Tuesday. I'll try maybe in like the afternoon on Sunday to do a short stream or something, but I got a pretty packed weekend this weekend, so let's get all three. Come on, give us good luck. Well, at least it wasn't a fail like last time, so not bad at all. Pretty good night. No trophies, but we got a water body record, I think a region record. Really good silver. Tried a new spot, worked out well, so doing good. With that said, I hope everyone has a great weekend, some good fishing. Those of you in the U.S., have a great Labor Day weekend. And I will catch everybody next time. Take it easy, folks.